Hi guys, have a great day for you, and as usual I'll come back to you with a very good lesson in the sense learning kind of WH questions used in present simple tense will help you immensely. Also you see, like now when you study your English with the basic lessons, so in order to be stronger with the basic lessons and to converse the language in different ways very positively, you need to have a sound knowledge about how to use WH questions. So in order to give you that impact, I'm planning to give my lessons for you, and this is one step ahead, and will be more steps ahead as well. And so in this regard, I'm going to talk to you today about how to use WH questions in present simple tense. Alright, and now so far you have come to a certain level with 4 steps, like talking about affirmative forms in present simple tense, and the question forms in present simple tense, and also the negative forms and the negative question forms. So these 4 steps, I hope that have brought you to a certain level, which of course which of course gives you a kind of an idea about the basic lessons. And now in this case, I'm going to teach you today about how to use WH questions under present simple tense. So in this case, what you have to know is to have an idea about how to use do and does in question forms under present simple tense. So I mean, like now as I have taught you about how to use very simply about do and does, so there won't be any issue on that regard, I believe. And do does usage, this helps you immensely. Initially, in order to build up a sentence, let me also go ahead with a simple structure for you. So this structure will help you a lot. The first one, WH questions plus do or does, subject plus infinitive. So now the usage of do or does depends on how the subject is. If the subject is singular, so of course does is used there. If the subject is plural, do is used there. And also now it might puzzle you, confuse a bit, like how come WH questions? So why not? Can't there be any other definitions for that? So WH questions means, like the question words which we start like with WH, like where, what, when, which, and even how can be taken as a WH question. So the first 2 letters taken out of them WH, so therefore we call them simply in the usage as WH questions. So the structure, WH question plus do does plus subject plus infinitive. I'm not going to talk about any other tense. I basically focus on present simple tense. So with that, I hope that's going to make you so easy. And let's see how we can use what, why, where, and when. So in this case, okay, what you expect from these lessons? I mean, like if you are a student, of course you need to know and you need to have a sound knowledge on these lessons. Why? Because of course you get them in exams actually. And also I will go ahead with few questions based on this lesson, and also some simple responses, some simple short responses in order to give you a simple idea. Okay, let's begin with what. What do you expect from me? What do you expect from me? Now, if you leave out what there, do you expect from me? So, you as the plural subject, we have taken out the question word do there, and then simply adding WH question right in front to give the sense to the sentence. What do you expect from me? So simply you can say nothing much. Nothing much. So that can be kind of a simple answer, response for that one. What do teachers write? What do teachers write? If you are certain about what teachers write, of course you can come out with a simple answer, something that you know to be so sure. Or else you can say perhaps lesson plans. Perhaps lesson plans. As you are not sure they are, we use perhaps. Alright, and then what does she think about? What does he think about? Now these all sentences come with WH questions under present simple tense. So when the sentence is raised like what does he think about? If you are not sure, you can say no idea. No idea. So that can be a very simple response. Alright, so you may have a simple understanding about what, the usage of what. I'll also on request planning to talk to you more in complex lessons, but for the time being, let's go ahead with these ones, right? And let me take this one, why. And the same case, why, do or does plus subject plus infinitive. So as I've told you before, I think many times I explained you that infinitive is a plural verb. So why? Why do you worry? Why do you worry? Why do you worry? Why do you worry? That's how we have to say that with the reader. Why do you worry? That's personal. If somebody asks me like, okay, why do you worry? That's personal. So I don't want to say the reason like why I'm worrying about. And number two, like, why does he avoid me? Why does he avoid me? Well, I have no idea. I have no idea. So those so easy and so simple. Okay, let's skip into where. WH question where. Where do they plan to go? Where do they plan to go? Now the specific thing here, the element, what you all can see is like how the usage of do and does right after the WH questions. It's very obvious, I hope that. And where do they plan to go? I guess New Australia, but I'm not certain. I guess New Australia. I think New Australia, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain. Alright, and then where does he usually sit? Where does he usually sit? Now the adverbs like usually, generally, normally are used in present simple tense. So we have also used an adverb here. Where does she? Does is used because the subject here is she. So where does he usually sit? I think in the corner of the first row. I think in the corner of the first row. So that can be a simple response for that question. And we'll move on to the next one, which is how. You might sometimes ask me like, okay, why, how is a WH questions? But we also in language accept how as a WH question. Sometimes maybe just because you find H and W somewhere else in the word, right? Anyway, how do you manage your time? That's also a problem for every one of us, managing the time. But anyway, we have to know like how to manage our time. Well, how do you manage your time? Because you take some time to use this one. It's kind of a gap filling. We call it rather a gap filling. In order to fill up the gap, we can say like You may also have noticed like in my speaking, mostly I use like well. Well means I take some time to think about, or I take some time to say like what is next, or to fill up the gap in order to help my flow. So that in that case we can use I plan my things beforehand. I plan my things beforehand. So that can be a very good positive answer for that. How do they get their meals? How do they get their meal? It is so easy for you. You all can see like how the usage of the question with do comes after the WH question. How do they get their meal? They get them from a hotel. They get them from a hotel. So now we have discussed so far what, why, where, and how. The last one is gonna be when. When do you want it? When do you want it? So skipping like do, like you don't have to stress on that. When do you want it? Much better. If you want to be so close to a native speaker, much better you pronounce it like when you want it. When you want it. When you want it. So I hope that you don't get my do there. About 10 o'clock. About 10 o'clock. It's about roughly, you give a rough time like now about 10 o'clock. Not an exact time. So when you don't want to give an exact time, you can simply say like about or around and simply. When does he go to bed? When does he go to bed? Depends. It depends. No exact time. It depends. Because when you are not sure about the exact time that you go to bed or when she goes to bed, you simply say like, it depends. Sometimes maybe early, sometimes maybe late. Alright guys, I hope that you got a simple or a clear idea about how to use WH questions under present simple tense. I do also hope to come back with you about, and I am still talking about present simple tense. If you are in touch with me, if you have subscribed my channel, I hope that you will get them in the proper order. And my next lessons would be about tag questions, but that's also going to be under present simple tense. How to use. Let's be patient. I'll be so soon with you all, and we'll come back to you with tag questions under present simple tense. Until then, have a great time.